got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
We got work. I'm going to run you over.
First carry for Darius Geis. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Geis. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Go!
Second down, Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
23 yards, the final tally. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. A first carry now for Thompson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 2nd and 11 now, Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders.
Base, just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. On the ground, Geis, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Darius Geis hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Wentz, and complete to Zach Ertz. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. He's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about
taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 83 yards. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
A big play there out of Geis. 57 yards on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the
This is Geis, and that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
He's coming. Double up.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Redskins 14. Eagles nothing. Dustin Hopkins on for the field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
First down, Eagles.
Waiting. Mike 51.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Great 15. Great 15. This is done.
On first down, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. An excellent gain, 35 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
81, 81.
51, Mike. Mike 51. Army, Army. Army, Army.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
I
don't know about that. Super tough.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play on the catch and run covering 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Haskins. And that is incomplete here. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin. 3rd down here.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Let's go, D.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Check 24. Check 5-7.
It's a second down run with Sanders. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, 79 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. From the 29, Haskins. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
All day, just like that. Just like that. 4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic.
3rd and 2, now Haskins. Jordan Reed has it. Jordan Reed, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urge.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Philly. 44 yards.
218, chop.
1st down, Philadelphia.
Wentz now on 1st down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Sunday.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
Into the red zone. Wentz. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The completion to Riddick. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Mike, 53, Mike.
Hey, watch the ball.
Here's Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, as the first half is winding down. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one.
I'm with you, Tuck.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Wentz going to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Intended for Zach Ertz. Incomplete. It's 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. Harris to return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, Let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistent.
He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Jonathan Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Check. Forky, 82, Forky.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At the 50-yard line.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On first down, this is Geis. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
He finds Riddick, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Haskins now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Geis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Check tight. Check tight. Under 10. Under 10.
Again, Geis. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? On 3rd and goal, Haskins. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Now Wentz. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Haskins, and he finds the tight end, Reed. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Out of the gun, Geis. Gave a glimpse of his quick feet, but not a whole lot of space down at the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. From the 30 on 2nd down, Haskins. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
From the gun, it's Haskins. This is caught. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They run with Geis, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point good by Hopkins, and the lead will swell by one more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
On 3rd down, Haskins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Tressway now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. Open is Swaim, the tight end. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Mike 56,
Mike 56. Watch the run, watch the run.
It's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Set, ready. 18 data. Strong left. Strong left. Strong left.
Now a run with Geis. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground, Geis again, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Eagles offense sent to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see